Order was for Yamakwaba, Ediba, Dazi TV. So, and then, as usual, when you say the VIA interviews about Nadia Maba, Akomea, and associate. Wow, we share law firm with Kumasi, just take junction when I hot and more. And I'm no more being common after the usual case of Mamunim on Daddy Lumba or Odo Broni case at Enra High Court, a ruling ya Sabre. Ghana for because the moment a court will pronounce judgment in India, everybody can pass an opinion. But when you say a lawyer for they are very skeptical in terms of some of these commenter on bed passing. And two, the law firm come to talk about, I will let you know the current case are more handle. Say there are some few information be a course about here. They will take this opportunity to make that clarification. Send a baby hunia Koso Esquire. It didn't Esquire, it's easy to get to. Hey, if I show just a quick introduction to our viewers. You work at the Akomea and associate. Pacha Frozen.
Oh, my friend, Bellos Akomea.
Bellos Akomea. The Akomea and associate Yodia.
Men are managing partner.
We're managing partner. And yeah, I have one thing that's added in the mood. We got to be a managing partner.
Can you remember because I see you?
See you. Oh, okay. How long have you been practicing?
I've been practicing law for 13 years.
Wow.
Yes.
And you watch it.
Just 13 years.
Just 13 years. Hey, when you say that you're junior, because you're senior. What terms in it? I call to because yes sir, senior, yes sir, junior. We call law school. I didn't know that be this senior, and junior, and the boom. Me, I don't know, but you're all lawyers. This is what I call secondary school, university. We never we are 2019, we are 2020. Crowd, we never be university. But when the idea, we sometimes they apply the seniority there. I don't know.
Well, law profession seniority here because seniority comes with experience.
Okay.
The more I will channel, now we need experience. And so one unique thing about profession is the respect for seniors, seniority.
Okay.
Me mention some year 13 years. Obviously you're 14, or you're 15, or you're 20. So I'm a junior to somebody. Sounds like I'm a senior to somebody.
Okay.
And to be a senior in future, right? But you respect seniority because senior, baby, what do you know in terms of experience? Ebia cases are why the kind of wins, losses, and the struggles, you haven't gotten there. So it's one unique thing about the profession. So you have to always respect your seniors. Right. Normally, your first senior's case first. The rationale is say, who junior no be there when the senior is doing his case. Say, be exactly.
Oh wow,
yes.
That's nice. It's a noble professional, and you know the opportunity, but to wear that wig, I'm for because I wig and I said, wig. And then you're married, wear a professional wig. Which I want to say yes. Let's go back to your case. Mjidi said that Lumba Odo Broni by court and arrangement here. Akosua Serwaa versus Penny and two others. And the two others here is the second respondent, which is Odo Broni, Prince Lofori, and then Transition Homes. When I can't see it in why the court. Akosua Serwaa the court say relieve all the court. Akosua Serwaa say court in pronouncing and say only the only legitimate spouse the legendly that Lumba Ejan which two. Court and say only the only person who to me I perform it with the whole right as in say be a ye kwakoya at this year near day. And now otemwa for the judgment abeto abontin patch say tintin tete and say Akosua Serwaa could not prove say under the marriage and the ordinance in Germany any certificate or the bar any evidence adduced when to me and prove say indeed she's the only legitimate wife but then so far as say traditional or traditional so what ordinance that the civil in Germany so far as say under the custom so Berman bet me worry more than 2 or 3 I'm just say I read so many up on the social media. You being as a lawyer, what's the initial comment about that judgment?
First of all, my main say me complete judgment. I'm not sure say the full judgment is out yet.
She said they will certify it on Monday.
And I think say about out and the reasons behind. But so far, my comment will be based on let's say the information out there.
Okay.
I know a few people were in court and what they have gathered. Like you said, what I gathered from social media and maybe other news reportage ne say court ne say omo mienu nyina a lawful wife
okay.
Because in the wisdom of the court after going through the trial the court came to a conclusion say a man mienu na ware omo under customary law and a customary law no so no men can say Ghana ye ware miensa emranage two customary one of them you know your friend if you ware ne dia mamre na egie enti baby a wo free na mamre no na edegie but generally no if you ware no such that we are bema otumi ware more than one.
Okay.
Menya hu amamre a wo Ghana ma oba ware more than one. Enti when it comes to customary marriage now obema no tumi ware more than one. Enti no me gidi say bia after going through full trial no court no be hu say aware a omotimi di adanse e baaye a obetimi agi atum customary say customary dia na o ware oba we na dikan a wo ho kwan so ware biem e ka ho enti me gidi say sa na say o ka say wa ware ordinance a yenim say Ghana dey tie si ni say obi ware obi e friend ordinance menka aware miensa ye wo customary ordinance na Mohammedan customary no dey o ti ware more than one o ye be ma ordinance no dey one man one wife and enkramofo no so no otimi ware I think up to 4 or so I stand to be corrected and otimi ware bebre but there's a limit and nti no wa ware ya obe ware na ye miensan mu no de obe choose no na be kire ho mra be kikire eto da bi a ye hu ebi mu ye ordinance ye customary yenim se ye wo Ghana na amamre na de ye adwuma nti no so obe ye ordinance kra de taba ne se wo ye fie de no wa convert nti so ye fie de na akoye ordinance na ye fa ne se wa convert customary no to ordinance.
No customary na
ashiegu. Into ordinance mra na beti chiro.
Judge can say it's also superfluous or say it's not a waste of money.
That is what we lawyers will say. So by ordinance there, why go to the customary? But we cannot also close our eyes on the fact say amamre hu here. Because ordinance strictly speaking cry no. Sa no ma hu so ye fia na hu here. They here ne say obefa de mrane kan so no aye obetima aye no wo registrar general so obetima akoje license be a friend special license wo ska obetima no wiem obetima no oposo ba bia wo pe bia special license no obetima aye by nam say Ghana ye man bia amamre hu hia ye nti no yenim sa aware no eye abusua mienu
ene
kabom eno nti ya na mpempi no wo ye fie de no ansa no abeye ordinance no by no ntre say wanye fie de na want to be my ordinance no there be into ye now be ordinance na so say ordinance mra na ebe kikire wo and it is a court na dream so court hunu say o ma mfa dance bi e kire say baako eye de he na no so pe ordinance no so Akosua Serwaa no when timi amfa dance so court hunu so when timi amfa dance e kire say aware na ordinance mu amadia the court be gia tuma e fie de no. That is a fear the no so dance yen so antimi amase ye jai no amamre kwan so a that means ono so fear ware no enso dimu if we say a kwan a efa so e jai e fear ware no eye amamre na ye di amamre na ji fear ware na di amamre enso jai enti se bufu ba na oba aka so ma ko tone nsa twene be ma so a unya ware
ejisa okokota
akosua nya court answer jisa wa fa mamre kwan so if you are there won hia sa okokot no akogu no nemum said ye wa mamre a ye deji amamre ni amane a deji aware sanse wa mamre ni amane a ye deji aware ti wa amfa sa amane ni amamre no so a aware ni ngui eno nti no ebia na wa ntimi an market anya convince say de di kan aye omo ordinance marriage. Yeah. The few that I read, no, but court no person says certificates be on the buyer crowd. Now there were a lot of contradictions.
Yeah.
Ebu have signatures near there. But one thing about Yemran say, maybe a friend Evidence Act now. Say, obi the crata be from an neighbor. Na crata no signature be also. Aye official signature.
Okay.
Ye share crata na nim near her official signature also. Nesse, foreign affairs. And our diplomatic missions all Ghana G2 mu say nipa the signature also no or ye nipa ni position the DBA what was no sa no tia ti say me say me notary public no say metimi at notarize document I free Ghana actually say ade genuine.
Okay.
Me yes sir, na so be person dey call out of Ghana kodia dance say bia the school certificate ye genuine na. Or say or dey call judicial service. Am judicial secretary certify say ampa me a ma certify say me notary public no. Ampa me notary public.
Okay.
We are na judicial service no judicial secretary so no the signature no so dey akọ foreign affairs ministry omo so agya to say nipa the sasha say judicial secretary ampa so judicial secretary the south carter we ekọ ba bia ye gitum say e genuine the sa na oba Ghana so evidence section 161 no ka secretary bi from anoneba na ye hwe say signature bi da so na mark bi da so na diplomatic mission e Ghana so enso ma ehunu say nipa ni sasha se na mpa nipa ni dibie no ya mpa say ono ni nipa o say dibie no mu dia ye hwe no on the face of it e fa no say saa na tie eno nti no minim de course so a court na anye saa certificate na antum say bia edimu ai no nti o fa no say aware a say o matimi approve ene say e fi aware nti initial comment me can say me kind I felt like well I need to read more to really know the judge no about that conclusion because Lumba AOB a metimaka so a global icon.
Yeah.
And enye nipa ba ku mi no bi na na ware se mana se na ye ho nipa be biwiase nyina obi a hwe nti me gidi say judge no be take all this into consideration and sign or the such judgment about.
So what the judgment, you know, and the reason why I work on say say you call mubon krono abusia pani a ogina mu ma abusia no ebe kan say initially no nkasa lumba 12 form no oye interview kan say ono no de oba onim say that lumba warin e Akosua Serwaa but omudi 1 week nwie no ono nkasa na bie na num kan radio so ni TV so say okoye ni hwehwɛ mu na ni hwehwɛ mu ne pa kire say Akosua Serwaa de nsa e de ba abusua so begya aware ma abusuafo ne G2 bibia enti on so koye hwehwem wie no so hunu say that number ekoware Odo Broni so ono no that is a principal authority which means a principal authority na or two ono no oyeyere. Now let's come back to the judgment of the court. And the court in the patch say Akosua Serwaa to me improve say ono ne oyere and that marriage and the ordinance. And here we say saying say hwehwem patch say or the son na dey na bae ma busuan G2 say wagya aware which is a marriage and the customary. This is two families. The door in the bar. So how come the court to now rule say young recognize it to mammy and so yere abra? First of all, the ordinance should have quashed any other contract. Anka sabre kwampo anka enu subsidy anka babia ubia ni hobi. Enu ni ho. Marriage and the customary no so no. Abusuo pani so bedi ho dance say Akosua Serwaa omo de nsan de ba bagya na ware ono say ya gya tum. So why the court will pronounce say omo mienu konkodi kuna because owo hu omo say omo mienu na ye the surviving spouse of the disease.
Dedi kan no answer we no be nya free judgment no say dem kan judgment ne ba be jiri say sabre no na time ne limited judge na kan every
76 pages.
Exactly. So you can imagine 76 pages and just say onsa kan no hu de ntia ane enjina so above course na America's authorities are court enjina so but the mechanic say oye ordinance na yem fan say mami no say Akosua Serwaa na Odo Broni say Akosua Serwaa na di kan wire no customary enna ye convert ye no be ordinance immediately ye be convert ye ordinance no lumba ni kwan so wire bi just wagu ordinance no eno nti no na ehu be hia say Akosua Serwaa lawyer betimi approve wa kire court to say dedi kan aware na omoware ye no na nye customary nkwa na mo ye convert be ye ordinance say be ordinance there any other marriage be ni ho a emra no recognize e fa no say bigamy o ware aye ordinance na ko ware biem ka ho a in fact e mfonso it's an offense a friend bigamy na mom you see say why ntimi improve say dedi kan wa ware no what convert amna be ordinance there and then na the ultimate prove here customer there find say already under customary no so no so be episode or allege say you go no the onus is on him or her so be prove say ye fa amamre ni amane kwan so na gu no.
Egu no.
Na sa evidence no it is not just by mere oral testimony of abusia penyo no per se.
Okay.
Because don't forget say the party no also person claim say na why no party no also the evidence beba. And the court will weigh the two evidence and see which one is more probable. Because this is a civil matter and friends a preponderance of probability na court will be so. I decided say the na obeji atum na de na onye ntum. And until no bia na aye the ono claim say ya ware under ordinance no. Akosua Serwaa no bia na wantimi improve ordinance no ye. Ana the ono nso abusia penny no nso be opese o kire say ordinance abaye no bia na wantimi improve say ordinance abaye no ahen na muhia ye hwan na e wo ho de ne course and sabe no de bae breben. These are all questions that the court will want to know answers to. And this one timid then the court will conclude say any aware na if you are in ngui that's all.
And there was this point to say even with the principle for young ware no. But we look at the judgment here or say they were able to prove a point to say umko ware no ampa. But let me ask this question. Is there any point who say cross examination? Na we not in for the judgment ever. Now out of witnesses edi omuba ina no. Obetumi single out the specific part in the witness or dinner by to talk about them extensively, but the other ones into be a very harsh kakra, then you pass a judgment.
Yes. You see, all the witnesses, Beba, you can bring 5-10 witnesses. It's up to the judge to assess each of them. Evidence, do or high friend, your friend be law, my friend, admissibility. And yet, a dance ye be a ode bebano and the agituma ye. The agituma be ye no so no, your friend be wait. A bit more do chamber.
Okay.
A bit me about Obenya dance in Abiam Nabegina court. Obeka say we na the other party be cross examination. No, a discrediting no. A bit me you sue or no maybe in the past. And they are discredit say what me away there, they all cancel in no credit. A bit me chawa seminar or the abano who be etimi actress or crown or chantro. And at the end of the day, the witnesses be beba. But it's up to the judge to weigh the evidence of Munna de Bebano. No one who a mudia hen or full say, a bit me admit it, a mudia hen and a carry weight more than the others.
Yeah.
Say, Judge, no, yes, I dear no, no, yeah, one sided dear. Oh, yeah, appealer, the judgment will fail. And on Tina, you walk the right of appeal. High Court now can amend the judgment. So, only in Yard, now full say, well, Buntenchia, you have your Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal, Supreme Court. Supreme Court to crown, you will review. You understand? Who drew what they are then wapim.
One person in the ECOWAS.
ECOWAS crown and yet be behind the ECOWAS. No crown, only to me, sir. It depends on the circumstance.
Okay.
Exactly.
What case Ben cried about car copy way?
And you know, you say, your friend will say litigation must end.
Yeah.
Intimate to us forever. And I'll share the court system now. Meet me, I can say it is only few, or maybe the chances are very slim. Say court cases be travel through that level. I ain't mean justice.
Okay. You
understand? Because also the number of judges are district, circuit, high court judges back open it so. Now we call court of appeal judges me answer. Supreme Court 5-7. You understand? And we share judges, to get to the level of high court. Now you should have a bit of experience, to get a level of court of appeal, Supreme Court. So it is presumed, say at that stage, NIPA 5 etnawa semso, NIPA 3 etnawa semso. Now say majority, it can be more and where we near. The presumption is that they will come out with what is just.
Okay, so now let me talk about. I always say that the trump card for Akosua Serwaa was the marriage certificate.
Sure.
To prove that indeed she got married under civil Germany, Ghana, they married under ordinance. Now, say when you tender in any document to prove, say indeed, say this is a document to show, say menena a worry under ordinance. The power to determine the authenticity of the document, does it lies in the bosom of the court or the person the plaintiff no patches me document me the abanye way a original mommy. Ebia there will be a counterclaim from the respondent say it is not true. We reject that. The power lies on who to determine the authenticity of the document to prove that indeed, when in a document say a semi-tender admissibility send or kind.
It lies in the bosom of the judge, but the judge makes that decision based on the guidelines of the law. And the judge feelings and on the bed determine so meji way to me way to name or say judge ni jina emrano so. One of the main principal laws are about to make the Evidence Act, and not acquire a faso a determine say idea if you like genuine and I say genuine. One of them I mentioned here section 161. It can be before you declare tie dear free amanonia bagana. Acquire a faso here say a signatures are also genuine and I say genuine. And I make sure say it is not enough. Wow, they were some mobile. Don't just let's even look at language. Germans speak
Dutch.
German, they speak Dutch, right?
Yeah.
Good. And there's a need for what?
Translation.
You understand? Also translate because a Ghanaian judge is not supposed to know Dutch, right? And you also translate it and sure say signatures be also there should be a confirmation by the diplomatic mission here to confirm say Nipa and the signature just on assuming say a register of marriage was here. And pass it or Germany or a register of marriage.
So here, marriage certificate from Germany, which means a document in Obebano, there should be a stamp from registrar of court from Germany, Boham. That I stand to be corrected. That is the place on here. And why necessary, especially say document air travel between two countries. Now we are talking about Germany and Ghana. Any document be for Germany about Ghana, I best serve as an evidence. Who and who certification stages be necessary koso and oji say when necessary abia the signature and or confirming that document na answer judge na who say it's admissible say na more be can.
Okay, I mean main function is different. Ghana say it starts from one of the entities also here, notary public.
Okay,
but them here example like you see you bring a document, a notary public will just look at the document and assess it based on a number of legal requirements.
Okay.
So they certificate called notary public or say or notarize here. Also making sure say wow name there should be an identity to show say oh nipa wo di wow din was no oh na oh name you understand say university be certificate or say who say for university
no be place call to the university on where that cross check to make sure say
you have to make that cross check. Yes,
the Rotary people
will
do that.
Cross check is not just call. Cross check is more than
but
just
through
calling.
written.
Yes,
Okay.
to be sure say it is actually from the university.
From the university.
And to notarize it real. You no cry no. To be sure say wow signature also say we are notary public no. We are ambassador you notary public no. A notary public is sworn in by the Chief Justice of Ghana.
Okay.
And to also they call judicial secretary. That judicial secretary is also I attest say ampa nipa the dean shall see and signature shall say notary public. I'm pastor in notary public.
Okay.
On who we are, it has to go to the foreign affairs or foreign ministry for on also the ministry there to also confirm or say nipa or no attest to say notary public no notary public no friend who judicial secretary I'm pastor judicial secretary now. That would end it there. And this criteria be say go through process we need free Ghana kwa. Baby abeko bia no mo gitum say authentic.
Okay.
Every country bia one there.
Okay.
But I can say one of the basic requirements OSHA section 161 now or say every document free amanoneba na our foreign official signatures there's a presumption say a genuine say signature no is accompanied by a certification by the diplomatic missions say be a free German in German
embassy
exactly
when endorse it
exactly I certify criteria we are it is alleged say free Germany a proof of marriage certificate you know I am pass a marriage certificate free Germany. Of course the German will speak German or Dutch, right? So it has to be translated. And you who wants to use that document to your advantage must ensure say what go through all these processes and sign what present it to buttress your case in court.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the judge has no reason why the judge will not admit such as, if you like, or for whatever it is worth.
Okay. What if we now then talking about signatories?
Yes.
One person cannot enter into a contract, any contractual agreement. Only two parties and above. It will be two people. So here we are talking about marriage. That Lumbani Akosua Serwaa. And per the judge, you know, Nasim Patrick said, even the marriage certificate, you know, the buyer, the signature says it was in sending permission a contract. The exhibit or tender in said they were signed because there was a picture, sir. Akosua Serwaa they can't at the time of court or course and sign here, then they were signing. So if they are signing, there are two parties in there. It means there should be two individual or you know signature and supposed to be there. But here only one person. Intiano Basana is different jurisdiction document. Maybe a Ghana had the warrior and impamunu certificate or ban a sign. Maybe in Germany or UK or US, no, it's only the registrar who will sign. Intiano Basana can't the court for own perusal write a letter in the because if it is involving court, the swift at which they will respond to you is very high. Maybe the court even the leadership probably will write to German embassy. You know what? I've received this document coming from Germany, and for me to authenticate to know that Niameba training correct. Can you please confirm for me? Can the court also go ahead at the back to also do this background check to make sure say certificate na bia or the buy no? What I say a forge and answer you correct and answer you correct. I come to my baby sir.
So let me say it begins with the person or use document to his advantage. Wow, person who use that document or tender to prove a point in court. Also who say you are bringing a document from a foreign country. You'll get a point.
Okay.
You now name what exists over there. And first of all, make a case of how marriage certificates is done in Germany, for instance.
Okay.
Who make a case now if the other party is in doubt.
Or challenging.
Or challenging we are. Then the owner is on the court to determine which of the parties to believe.
And here we're talking about
good. The court has a mechanism of a way to ascertain what pertains in other jurisdictions. So the court will do that, and someone will determine say which party's version of the story is to be believed or not. But where there's no challenge, my tender a document from Germany. Say marriage says the other party admits, oh okay, Germany. Then there's no need for us to, except the court also feels that there's a need to do that.
Here, bra lawyer could see tender in the original document. There was this object here. So now they even requested that if you have the original one, just go and bring it.
Perfect. So once there's an objection here, it puts the authenticity in doubt. In America, say the answer to the first earlier question was answered. The whole thing begins with NIPA or person rely on the document. You want to rely on it, and you have to do your work by ensuring say the document now it complies with what the law says. So that American sometimes you may even have to, if not something, in most cases, in English has to be translated. Translation, no crano, and you'll be a translation too. You have to go to the appropriate institution in Ghana.
Ghana Institute of Languages.
Institute of Languages, and so they have done a proper translation. You can't just go to Google and then you say, oh, Google translation, I Google translating, no printing. No, you don't do that. Or you've lived in Germany and you are also a Ghanaian. To force or take Casanova translate. That's not how it's supposed to be done. Right. And wow, person rely on the document now. It begins with you. So, oh yeah, now the other party objected there. Then the court will now have the responsibility to also find a way to, if you like, obtain what pertains over there to see say it has complied with the laws over there. The same thing happens here. What the marriage certificate court arbitrary. I do get clients who come, especially where those who marry under customary. If you are a they don't really accept if you. So what must be done? Also register. You have to go through a process and sign on magisa our So that's what I would say about that question. Because
since other way first and second respondent, object here, then the original one by. Because you see, according to the book, the familiar book normal canon, it's an extract, a family extract. Every document will be at a womb. But until the basana, judge in a bit to me, at least to get a first-hand information about how Germany and Mra is. Can she rather go further to ABR? I'm not using Onunkwa because there will be another case.
It's an institution. The judiciary, the registrar has a role to play. Sometimes you may write to, especially in Ghana here, say if you are doing a case that borders and customs of a group of people, the evidence as required say if there is a doubt as to which version of the custom is true, the judge can subpoena somebody from the House of Chiefs.
Okay, to come and
explain what the custom is.
Okay.
Yes, in similar procedure, if there's anything happening, if any doubt as to what pertains in a different country, the courts through the foreign ministry in the country or the diplomatic mission can ascertain the truth.
Okay.
I don't know whether it is true, but I saw on social media the point when there was a letter written by the foreign embassy, the embassy of Germany, to the point that to confirm that Loba was actually married in Germany.
Yeah,
for
there
instance,
was. Yeah,
as a baby, sir.
So in this case, for instance, Abianca is subpoena the German embassy for them to even tender in the document themselves without even the plaintiff submitting that document now.
Well, you don't
like
necessarily need to subpoena the embassy per se, because if the document was issued to me, I have the capacity to tender the document. But as to say the Ghana in him say marriage certificate must be signed by the two parties. As to say sign a tier or German and tier, that is about their laws. They are not there. We can fall on the diplomatic missions.
Okay.
For them to educate, for them to educate the court on what the law is over there. You get that point?
Because the uproar now, the judgment, to be honest, a lot of Ghanaians are not happy about the outcome of the judgment.
Really?
A lot.
Oh, wow.
I mean, when you go on social media, I know that people, especially those living in diaspora, because most of them in a situation will be in
okay.
Because once mostly marriage and the ordinance na no mu na ye wo ho so obi ma so dey abrochi do mu ni customary we marriage and the ordinance and bebe na so Ghana bi one ni kunu aware na ni kunu fi abrochi ba Ghana so ba be oba bon so baba no ni oba hofro eti ho no ni panity awo mu na sensem bebre.
And there's also what is known as marriage of convenience. Obo ha waware wo fi aware wa ha and kra tent no akọ ware
abrochi. It means ye bambre mu a wo de na wo fie no.
Yes.
Exactly,
because I don't know where ordinance for. Yes.
I'm a baby now, say, but almost certificate, Germany. Right now, the law judge and a patch say, all to me admit because, first of all, certificate in the Grand Pony signature was no NG2. I trying to now say dent on the credibility of German in terms of their records. I remember Ghana has said it's not genuine.
Well, I can't speak to it unless I read the judgment, because for all you know, the judge said more than just
more than that. Yeah.
And JBA in your judgment now the reason why, because as you rightly said, or as you mentioned, say about 70 pages. That tells
over 76 pages.
A bit me about say a Hong Kong or you see 5 pages to discuss that, and you need to know what actually inform the judge's decision. ABR, the Okano court was just a summary, but ABR, he took time, or she took time to really assess the certificates, apply the laws of Ghana as well as Germany, and then came to that conclusion. Because I know a case, it took that center stage in Ghana. No, definitely the judge might have done a lot of
because she suspended all other cases to make sure we pay attention to this, because like Akusi can say, I think that this is the fastest case
it is actually.
And you're looking at the quantum of the work. Even the judge even said that it means you lawyers, when you push you can work hard.
Actually. And judges must be doing that actually. You see, sometimes
because
lawyers are.
Before she read she said that I want to take this opportunity to say thank you. In fact, you lawyers, you have done so well. Hey, I didn't know you people can work like that. Now I'm going to push you guys to work.
Yes, and she's right because
She said that.
she's right because judge must manage the case. If
Yeah.
you don't manage your case, which clients lawyers are, they can take ages.
But drag issues.
Exactly.
And one thing Lawyer Kusi said that really helped was the injunction, the first injunction, because initially they started with an injunction to injunct the family of continuing to, but then the very day they filed that injunction, the second respondent and the third, first and second, also used counterclaim that even the person Akosua Serwaa as someone doesn't even have a capacity to even take the case to court. So that very day they were supposed to say it talk about the capacity part.
Yeah.
You could do lawyer for actually science and you can't we are no more going to talk about capacity again. So that would be the case. Then lawyer could move your motion for the last start the case. And no movie here. To answer the following the case management, CMS, but managing case now. Then they start the trial.
Yeah.
So I can say judges and lawyers and the staff. Because of the interest of the general public in this case,
of course.
as I said, and to send our kind, we are doing and as I said, the judgment now, but a lot of people are not happy.
Oh wow!
They feel like
it's interesting to know that people are not happy. So it means there are people who find themselves in
the other parties people are not happy. But one thing that is rather creating that impression in the minds of people is that most of the cross-examination questions, the public got to know.
Oh, okay.
There was a media guys in the room.
Okay, so people.
So if you are asking that which year did Odo Broni be shared that number was 2006.
Oh, okay.
Okay, 2006. No, of course we were not so when the final were SHS.
Oh, okay.
One answer, Nina yet.
Okay.
2008. And I will say now our nursing all level 200. And that do my catch so unjai. Then you just stop school. Somebody will tell you that you take your daughter to school, your daughter will go and be with a man, and the man will tell the daughter that stop school, and the person will stop school and come back to the house. That is a witness.
Oh, that means a man for follow story.
Yes, so all these things is
so maybe they form their opinion before the judgment came. Oh, okay.
And you see, and most of the questions and answers you all got to know. But technicalities involved about the law and everything sometimes.
That is the word of caution.
Yes.
Because all the based on the what here. But court your apart from the laws, your procedure.
The faso.
Your procedure faso ediasem. And you see now come to a conclusion. And here for a lay person, or basing a judgment on
based on what
the evidence, the witness, what they said, their testimony, the cross examination. But as to the legal effect of what happens in the ABR public name, and it is better to get a legal person to explain.
So I felt like the situation where not lawyer could see mostly or granting intervene. I believe say your ethics from what say when the case is in court, you don't talk about it, but I think he rather help to shape the narrative in the public space where people will just come out of the court. But you remember I said that other reporters over there too, and then their course of court on Becca. Could you believe that even just yesterday when the judge was reading the judgment, one guy, because she started talking about the evidence. So she started after talking about prelims. So I don't know how you guys call it when the judge is reading the judgment. Or say prelims and we usually I don't know.
Okay.
Yes. So also you are now overcome marriage certificate near I don't know. You know some media guys when you can easily come out. By that time it was getting to 2 o'clock thereabout. So some of the media, of course, they will call you for an update. So this guy was just standing heard what the person saying, but the person was not conclusive there.
Wow.
We are in. Run the full coaching and
yes, sir.
Ebusian for judge and say. So by that time I judge be finishing or be reading statement every no be a video sir.
The bad information at all.
And he was arrested yesterday.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Wow.
You see, which means that impound information in the accord that to be who say ya. Oh no, just say who catch it
it's unethical. The media owns the whole public to disseminate information that there's cross check. Don't just spread false information.
So that is why I mostly right after every court section I go to lawyer because he's a lawyer. Yeah, they know because we know there are some people who are going to twist. And maybe your other colleagues may decide not to talk about it because maybe that twist probably be going in their favor to win the public sympathy. but you have to at least.
I think that the media should invest in, if you like, experts.
Yes.
In your BBA no BBA to me cover.
The same thing this guy did. I did the same thing yesterday. I quickly came out of the room, and this is what I said. Ebusian for you makwa by the bad TV so. Otemwa for now started reading the judgment, you know. Now, or started reading. She's talking about marriage certificate, you know. Or patch say lawyer Kusi, and I said Akosua Serwaa certificate no the buy, you know. As a sanka signature by me, and that's that because more the picture be by so no more sign ever court. It means if it is a contract between two people, there is a said the certificate, you know, signature that was necessary at least Lumba de Oha, not Kusi de Oha. But what's the encounter certificate no ide on to me admit it. Inti me takes Adam who say Odo Broni lawyers no say my guest who says a your mother. It is an cost of courtroom, but I don't want to preempt the judgment because she's still reading the judgment. So this is the quick update that I have to give to you.
So then you are telling from what you heard.
Exactly. But you see, that was the statement that no me kind of boy the court see.
Obi be twisting on say.
O court say Odo Broni awin.
Obi ha no or listenership.
Yes.
Or can't the Ebema man for Russia ban the page?
But you see, I don't know the day. You know? They just said the two of them should go and perform the kuna.
Yes.
In this case, what me can say, Obi and who the Olusi. Just that the one wanted to be the sole or no one person, but this time around, you know, judge in Sumi and Koye and Konkoye.
Sure.
Even though disappointing said the supporters because it's two parties, they them cry. We say will be any day, will be so any day. Until they will all form their opinion, but. Send me kind of this is a judgment. Send a kind Monday a bar and but evidence parts now. What it much and we say it's very important. We all take a cue from the Senate. You bet to me as soon as this.